We have a Wildenton Son Jr., the second, with torches. That's nice. Double Bomb Daedalus is okay. Shield fell. And Idiot Seraph. Okay. 2 Razor Sharps are nice. 2 Molting Imps are really nice. Thorns are okay. And torches, we've got a lot of damage already. Plus extra damage and draw. Yeah. So what type of Wildenton do we want? One with spikes. Wildenton doesn't have a spike option, does he? It's striking how little Idiot Seraph clarifies which one it is. Nah, Gru. The originals are okay. I don't think it's either good or bad design. I personally don't like how we now have one of the 4 Seraphs attacks. I think the melee weakness is possibly a reasonable mechanic, but you now have a Seraph that floats in random locations and attacks, whereas everything else in the game, you know what's spawning, what waves they're going to be on. Having like a Lightwing is bad enough, but you can deal with that with a spell, having like a quick unit. There's some artifacts that deal with them. There's nothing you can do about Seraph coming in and going, I'm just going to hit you. Here's 20 damage. And yeah, an argument can be made, it's a boss, it needs to be tougher, but the other 3 Seraphs don't. They do different things, but this Seraph also does a different thing. So it's like, it is a lot more stuff. Yeah, and hits you for 40 if there's nothing else hitting you for less in front. So, best case scenario, there's a 10 damage bird at the front that only hits you for 20. So you're taking an extra 10 from the melee weakness, and you're taking then the 20 from Seraph. What am I looking up? Wildenton. Quick seems nice to get through Shade Rings. We do. Oh, we've got Stings. They don't have Thorns. If we got Spikes, he's also multi, but he doesn't have much health. Could be armor. Just go armor to help get through the early game. So we can have a tank, or we can have a sweeper. Sweeper does sweeping. Maybe, yeah, and the hollows aren't so good because we don't have heals. This is going to be rough. What can we get that's tanky on... Either we go Thornlord and we get a unit from there that can tank, but at 3 we're looking at lower cost units we want. With armor 10. Armor 10's okay because as soon as we put 1 root seeds on, we get through them. And I want to put imps in front of him to block. Just because everything's going to be sticking around. He's gonna get the damage shield off this one too, which sucks. But it looks like it doesn't matter. Yeah, damage shield's a bit of a jerk sometimes, hey? Could have taken the spikes thing. Vangrass seems a little irrelevant. Maybe. I don't know. Does change order of attack a little bit, but yeah. We already have 2 Razor Sharps. Skip that. Armor seems good. Is it though? I mean, a Rage Imp's the same as 5 armor, right? Rage Imp's 6 armor. What happened? I could have got 2 imps. I've got 1 imp. I've got 3 imps, but you never get it played out. Like, they're going to die. They're going to be there to chump. And you draw consumer on turn 1, so he costs 10. So even if you get all 3 imps on the first turn with him, he still costs 1, and we have 3 energy. Oh, it's a joke? You need to use Kappa. If you, because you can't tell, right? I'm just reading text. Okay, so you just said you're not sorry. Like, maybe it's Chromo's turn to educate some Kappa apprentices. Seems bad. It's hard to read sarcasm in chat. That's why you use Kappa. Kappa is the the Twitch sort of universal indicator that what you're saying is being sarcastic. So you don't have it? Forehead's a weird one, right? I think that's been delegated or relegated down to a just win, or just draw the good thing, or it's a just something now. Just get good cards for him. There's a limit to Kappa as well. I don't know. I would say a limit. I'd say a poor usage, where people just like throw it in almost every sentence they write, and it's like, I have no idea what you're saying, so I'm not reading your stuff anymore. I generally change the color of names that do that, and I don't read those comments. Or if there's heaps, then I just like block them. And someone will come in like, why is Panz ignoring me? Panz, why are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me, Panz? I can't see what they're saying because they're gone. If you've got 2 Kappas, do they cancel out? Huh. No, I think it means it's like even more sarcastic. Basically, so it's like, I sometimes use a word that doesn't mean what the word means, just so I can confuse people. I do that too, but it's completely unintentional. I just use the wrong words.
Amazon Prime just got online in my country. You deserved this long time ago, Panz. Amazon wronged you.
Old fart, thank you so much for giving me some Jeff Bezos bucks. Appreciate that. Glad you enjoy the show. We can do this, right? Oh, I should have gone there. Amazon wronged me. Good that you guys have your Amazon Prime monies now, though. That's good, right? I'm going to put all of these up here, just in case boss gets up there. Have you heard of Amazon Prime? You can sub to your favorite streamer and avoid the now starting, I think it starts today, where Twitch will choose to sometimes run mid-roll ads. What is Amazon Prime? A little bit, so that's okay. So I think I have to actually say this now. I do not run ads. Yep, that's just it. So if you get an ad in the middle of the stream, it is because Twitch has decided to run one. The same as sometimes how, like, you know, when you go to a stream, sometimes you get an ad at the start. Twitch has decided that they will randomly do mid-roll ads. I don't even know when they run. Nope. And as far as we know, we don't even know if there'll be a notification show up somewhere on my dashboard to let me know an ad is running. So it's like, is there an ad running? I don't know. Could be. I don't know if I want to take another imp. It does take away from the... Okay, so yeah, when streamers play ads, I had no like, there's a few streamers that I watch that do play ads, but they do it like at the end of a game. Like, let's say they're playing Fall Guys and they get knocked out, and they run like one ad while they queue up. It's got no problem with me because what do I care, right? One of the reasons, though, that a lot of streamers didn't used to run ads, and some still don't, is that people that are joining the channel might not know, or people that weren't paying attention and they get an ad, and they're like, oh, what's happening? It's an ad. I'll go watch something else. You might not know that the stream, there's no gameplay happening. Yeah, or something like this. Like, what happens if you get a 30-second ad and we get an amazing draw and I react and I'm like, yeah, and then I throw the card out and we win and it's over, you know? It messes up the audio a little bit as well. Yeah, because the ads audio is really loud. Now, I understand why Twitch needs to run ads, but I personally just don't agree with how they just announced it. They just chucked out a tweet and said, hey, we're going to start doing this. And it's like, hey, what? I mean, some people did point out YouTube just runs ad in the middle and no one really complains about that because that's what they're used to. But the difference is it's a video. It pauses the video for you, it runs the ad, then you go back to a video. On a live stream, you are missing out on stuff, right? There was a couple legitimate replies supporting it, though. And I think that was one of the takeaways I saw from that, was that there were some people that were legitimately supporting it because there is a reason for advertising. But the criticism was because it's a live service, Twitch is a live service. I think what they would need to do is sort of, if they really want to push creators to have ads, is they did give us the flexibility and say you can run your own mid-roll ads and we won't do it. But that means you're sort of forcing to say you need to run an ad every X amount of minutes, which is tough. You know. You hate ads in the middle, they need to be the beginning end. The issue is, though, if someone sits in the stream for 4 hours, they get an ad at the beginning and an ad at the end. And that's, you know, where's the ad revenue? Which I understand. Like, Twitch is supposed to be a business. But me personally, I think they either need to pick a stance of either aggressively try to make profit or sit on being a loss leader for... Not even a loss leader, just a loss for a while they hold on to market share. They're at the moment just trying to cover some sort of weird middle ground where they're just making back a little bit of money from their losses, and I think it's doing more bad than good. Yeah, I hate joining a stream and getting an ad straight away too, because you don't know if you want to watch or not. Sometimes you just want to get in, watch for like, you know, a couple minutes, especially if you're checking out new streamers. I need health. Let's take this one. It's good. I liked getting a 10 because that's basically 30 bonus damage straight away. But I also want a health since I have Razor Sharp. There we go. That looks really good. We could go for an Endless Imp just to be chump block, but we don't fit now. So we'd need to take capacity, and I really don't want to take capacity. Copy 5 cards. I don't think so. I'm just looking at it. Oh, actually, yeah, let's do that. There is, in some areas, someone pointed out, there is a Twitch Turbo, I think it is, which is $10 a month and gives you ad-free site-wide, which, you know, I probably shouldn't point out because it's detrimental because people might stop subbing to me to sub to that. But I'd rather people know about it and I miss out on one sub and people get ad-free everywhere else, I suppose. I'm a generous guy. Panz, you're an idiot. Yeah, that too. Yeah. The thing is, though, and I think this is where Twitch probably needs to have a slightly better business and decision-making model around it, is from a streaming point of view, if I run an ad, like right now I've got 76 viewers, that's what Twitch telling me. If I run an ad when I go to the bathroom, I get almost no money out of it. There's no point me running the ad. Right, now I can't talk about, I don't know how to talk about actual CPM, but you can imagine 76 viewers is not much of an ad rate. Even if I run one every time I finish a run, like, you know, 5 or 6 times nothing a day is still nothing at the end of the month. It's kind of how that works. That's maths. We have double bomb dataless, so there's haste units. If I set up in the middle, we lose them. Why not be a shield? Well, they don't make any money either. You got to remember, and again, I'm not allowed to talk about actual concrete numbers in terms of splits and revenue and ratios on it. So you can just use general numbers. Even if it was an even 50-50 split, or it doesn't matter if it was a 90-10 or a 10-90, if the base value is 0, if I'm splitting basically $0 with Twitch, it doesn't matter what the share is. It's $0, right? I don't know what the affiliate numbers for CPM for advertising is, so I'd be making that up as well. Right? So, and if you're and this is one thing, if you're at the stage where you're streaming, where running ads once every 30 minutes, or like a 60-second ad break once an hour, is actually making income for you, you're probably you're definitely making enough income to live off without running that ad. So you also don't need to. Right? So running ads for streams is, it's just not there. Like the revenue's not there for anyone. If you were a Twitch streamer, you would do one ad when you join the stream if you had over 10k followers. Well, I mean, it's kind of an arbitrary number, Valkyrie. There's no anything behind that. I really wish this guy was quick. Like, I can't put him on this floor. He dies too soon. We can't. I have to go middle and hope. Although, it's not too much damage. Don't die. Please don't die. I probably should have shot one of these guys. No, we've got the regen for it. Apparently, we don't have the regen if we just die, though. I'd be alive if I killed one of those. Alright, well, that's interesting. Yeah, double explosion was pretty bad, but really should have lived through that. If I'd paid more attention and thought, if he puts a double bomb here and this goes up here, all I need to do is torch one of the little dudes and my champ would be alive. So it's kind of on me, or completely on me, is more accurate, I think. Okay, so we do need to get some blocking happening though, which might be enough if I can get more regen on Animus. Or just do that. Okay. Hey, Ains, yeah, we're 2 for 2 today. Oh man, Ancient Ally with the Ancient's really good, but so's Quick Time. I think Quick Time's better. Lets me get ahead of the sweepers. I'd love to get some more other things. Could also potentially swap to Quick Dude. If we don't get offered him though, having the tome's fine. Alright, so problem with Alpha Fiend is nothing gets past our floor because we've got Strangle. Right. If we get an Ascend, which is fairly common, right? We could probably put one up behind us, which isn't bad. I think the issue is going to be this. Seraph's just going to punch us in the face. And we're not going to have the health. The shield fell. I'm gonna take... I'm fine with root seeds. I'm going to take energy. Draw's fine too. I don't know. Him for energy and draw is nice. Pyrestone Housing's also good. Kind of like Queen's Tail. That lets you play Consumer. Sometimes. So Strangler 2 does get a bit more health, which I think is good. I think it's probably better than the Quick, since we do have a Quick Tome. Man, I wonder if getting one of those Wildwoods. Not Wildwood, the Hollow. No. No, thank you. Just let them come. That's rude. We go for the draw. I think we go for draw then, right? I could have cast the 12 damage fireball on it last turn as well. If we're taking damage, we may as well play some cards. Oh, he's rooted, so we kill him this turn. Ah, I like it. Okay, 20. So 55. So we can play more cards and doesn't change anything, right? $45, 50. That's so strange. Okay, so he's on 55 now. So if I play this, he sticks around for a turn. Which doesn't matter because we've got so much regen. It does mean he takes less. Again, doesn't matter. This is strange. So if you bank up too much, obviously you can get too big a hit on Wildenton, which would be bad. But also things can go straight past. Oh man, he gives us a thing, doesn't he? We get one of his stupid cards. I don't think it's gonna matter. Do I kill off one of my own dudes? I think we do that. That means we get one less stupid card next turn. Yeah. Self-mutilation, that's the one. He's quick. So potentially this is in like a no pyre damage run then. Because without haste units you can't leak unless things are going to go bad. What are we after? Not that. Curse Vines doesn't matter. Friendly doesn't matter. Lightstone casing? Jack strips. Strips aren't even that good here. Priorities can do some damage. It's not a lot though. Is it worth spending 200 gold on? Let's go to the cave first. Yeah, this is the thing. If anything gets to the pyre, we're in a lot of trouble. Let's just take that and play it somewhere. Priories. We've already got a sweep and a multi. I think the heal from it's not... the damage from it's not that valuable. Sweeper? Okay, so we can't take too much health off our Animus. So rooting, we're taking more damage. Priors could be helpful if you get a resto debt. Yeah, could be helpful if we have a resto debt. That's definitely a thing. This is really bad for rooting, right? So you want to make sure you're killing them on the other lanes, if possible. Yeah, capacity at the next change could be good. Now the guy hits for 9, right? But he'll be with harvesters. Is he with? No, harvesters he comes down. I've got the. I don't have the boss listed wave. I think this is the one where he comes in with the thing, isn't it? There is... No, okay. Sycophants comes with one. Okay, so the boss is coming by himself, so it's just 9. You can also Wildwood Sap her, which I think is better. Yeah, capacity on the next boss will be good. Oh, the yeah, I know the one with the one arm. Twenty. Oh, he's gaining. Okay, let's go. There we go. Good. 29 health. 1827. Kind of. Nah. Still, we've got the regen. I think that's the play there. Hey Adam Sims, how you doing today? You on lunch break? Okay, the other option is party floor. But what are we partying in? Nothing. Officer, don't you get in trouble. Focus growth with holdover. We've got 30 regen in Wildwoods. Focus growth is kind of good if we don't get to one in time, though. Doesn't do much afterwards. He's got a lot of health as well. The issue is Shade Wings. No, let's skip that. Ah, okay. March of Shields potentially could have brought... Nah. I mean, we could have a bit better units. We can... If we got the drop down. We don't have better units. We're not getting... That's the thing I remember. We're not getting bigger units now. Yeah, I know. March of Shields could be okay. Kind of gets you above your max HP. Do you can get an extra thing back? I think we have to take this. I think the biggest problem with Seraph is the melee weakness. And the fact that Seraph can be hitting you. And he's got Shade Wings. If we get quick, it's not going to be a big issue. If we don't get quick... I'm trying to get a double stack on one. Huh. Give it to me. I like these for just... I think these are good just to pick off enemies. Especially with Shadewing fight. And the Scholar's alright, yeah. Plus we do have the Imp thing. I'd probably take it in the Scholar now, I think. Most likely we get a Wildwood Sap back, which is a decent card. Especially since we've got double regen now. Do we want to be on bottom floor here? Kind of feel like we do. And Fel could be brutal here with the if things get armored up and stuck. It's about that regen. Cycle of life, I think, is actually what we're after. Because even though armor gets you above max HP, having such high regen, increasing max HP is pretty good. Man, I don't think I've ever said that out loud. Cycle of life, huh? Yeah, and like a Regen up the front. Be good. These guys. Oh, man. Yeah, that could be... Do we pull him to the... I think we pull him to the front, right? Oh, these... the sycophants? That's gross. Yeah, it's worth... It's definitely worth giving him 10 armor and pull him to the front. It's a shame about that guy, but I think that needs to be done as well. Okay. I'll just leave those ones for now. I probably should have put the +2 attacks in. Yeah, there's a fine balance between buffing the sweeper and buffing here. It comes down to what's going to happen when your boss comes into play. If you can handle tanking the lines, then I think you want to buff the multi for like this part of the fight. If you're going to be falling behind, or there's just a couple guys that are out of reach, it might be worth putting 1 or 2 on the sweeper just to clear them out. Spikes. Try putting holdover on the leash. Yeah. I can see why. I personally don't think it's the best play. I think there's definitely some builds you end up with there where it could be very good. But I think a lot of people do say that straight away, like, oh, get unleashed, put holdover on it. It's like, I mean, I'm regenning for 60 health a turn. If I'm taking more than 60 damage a turn, then unleash is not helping. It goes well with an artifact I passed up. Which one was that one? Yeah, I was looking at adaptive and I'm trying to think if it's going to... if it has a chance. Damage heal one. Yeah, but if I'm full health because of my regen, it doesn't heal, so it doesn't deal any damage. Yeah, permafrost is where the value is. Totally grew. Because then you can just choose to play it when you want, instead of having to play it every turn to keep it. I don't know what hit points he goes to. It's like 70 maybe? We're removing Stuart's and duping a double stacked one, yeah, okay. $70, okay. 70 health is decent. It's a little on the light side though. The Penitent. Oh, this is fine. These guys are not very strong. If we're okay getting a thing every turn, it doesn't matter now. It just doesn't matter. Biggest worry could be here if we leak. There's a lot of every floor has one of these steel wings. So there's a lot of hit points, but not a lot of damage. Alright, so you get 10 damage, 0 damage, 10 damage, 0 damage. And then we kill off one of these guys. But there's a lot of health here with like 115 health and 190 health. So could quite easily put through a gilded wing. Without actually taking that much damage because we have so much rejuve. But now we're killing 2 a turn, so that's unlikely, right? Yeah, this it's a weird, like, I would say jank. Oh, yeah, did the enemies just not enter? That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I was thinking of them going to the second floor. Spreading spores is not what we're doing, right? If we get up to 60, well, what do we get? We've got like 20, 30, 45 regen, minus the 10 turns, like 35 regen when we enter the Seraph fight. Should buy us a lot of turns. Well, you don't get to see. You have to wait to the end. Be surprised. I mean, technically, yeah, Spreading Spores does add damage, but it adds a lot less damage than just playing a couple of Root Seeds, because these go on our multi-hitter, and this Seraph only hits once. Scholar is fine. Worst case scenario, it brings back a quick, which isn't awful, but I'd prefer it didn't. Hey Haxel, how you doing? Yeah, I have been looking at Star Renegades. I'm very curious. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. Man, look at these. We can bring back 2 cards with our Impish Dude. We can deal 60 frontline damage if we think that's necessary, which it could be. Well, no, we deal 30, but we bring 2 back. And then we could maybe not consume it. So the issue with not consuming is that you don't deal 30 damage, but I'm kind of okay with that, right? Are we just blowing everything at this store? And do we go for an endless Impish Scholar? A lot of questions. A lot of questions. No, you don't do the damage if the spell doesn't consume. Unless they changed it. Which would be cool because it does say when a card of consume is played, and when you play a card, when you have this, and you play a card with Seraph the Diligent, it does the damage. Although it does say consume on the card at that stage. So that'll be interesting. I'd probably take them anyway. It's 500, 765 gold. Is there anything else that would be worth re-rolling for? Endless Imp... I think we duped the Endless Imp. We duped it. Well, we see if we get Endless. We could always dupe the Imp as well. I think we're taking all 3 of those. Let's re-roll here and see what we get. Because the only unit we've got we put stuff on is the Imps. So it's only going to be Endless. Alright, so forget that. Dupe the imp. Yep. So we can have 2 of them come back. Grab the things. So we can have 4 of our cards come back. Pick up. Remove the little torches, since those do some stuff. We could pay for a remove. Probably still get rid of one of those torches, right? We're not going to be needing to. Could almost get rid of the other one as well. Just trust the. Once we get quick, we don't need it. I'm gonna re-roll the trinkets to see our pain, so I don't care about score. Man, right back at the start, there was a spike relic, and then we had another something and another something. It could have been okay. I don't think it would have been game-changing, though. The deck looks okay, but there's a lot of... I mean, we had 2 janky decks so far today that have won. It's time for the game to jank it up with Jank Seraph. And Seraph is going to jank, right? Like, Jank Seraph is going to jank. Go down. Do we just not do anything? How many times can one man say jank? I reckon I get another 30 out of it before the end of this fight. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm dead if I don't do anything. It's like we almost have to take a hit here. And it's so dirty, right? So I kind of want to take this hit now to reduce a melee stack. But and Seraph's going to be coming top floor next turn. Okay, this will help a lot. And we take a couple hits as well, which is really good. So let's just do this here to get rid of that. And oh, that's good. Okay, so Trader's Cool is triggering now. I'm so glad we tried that out. Yeah, so here's the thing, like I want to take this hit. We're going to take it anyway, right? Are we? No, we're not taking it. Well, maybe we are. He hits him. He hits us, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe a +2 is there to go. If Seraph got rooted as well, that'd be bad. Can we afford to do nothing here? I think we can, right? Alright. It's GG now. Okay, we have 70 regen. Think we're okay. Like one of the things I dislike the most is that Seraph keeps these rally abilities when Relentless comes in play. You know, Arcus and Talos don't. And I think that sort of inconsistency is the least cool. But we got the win. I don't need to play any cards because it could actually turn it into a loss. Interesting. You don't like that too? The fact that these stay? Yeah, and the other thing too, like all the other Seraphs lose their ability. Like Cleanse Seraph doesn't cleanse when he's coming up the ranks. Ragefell doesn't rage. Scourgefell doesn't give you Scourge cards. Armorfell doesn't do armor. You know, Daedalus and the Taloses and all the other Seraphs, they don't do their thing when they're going up. Consume still consumes. That's true. That's true. Is that something on Seraph though? Does stop melee weakness. That's true. I don't know. It just feels... Yeah, no, but Diligent still consumes cards. Maybe that shouldn't happen either. I don't know. I feel like from a fight perspective, it's something that Seraph is channeling. And should get cancelled when they're attacking. Good job. That was interesting. Turns out 5 times dupe on a basic wildwood sap is a okay thing to do. Who knew? Who knew? You guys have any idea? Rooted applied.